No, I've remembered to turn the sound on. Who knew? Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to the stream. It is Thursday. It must be Thursday. We're cooking. It's Thursday. Things are happening. We're doing some cooking. Total brain fart. Okay, so for those who care, was not having fun with Warframe last night. So if you went looking for the VOD, that's why you can't find it. I just got rid of it. Gone. Was not a good look. Was not calm. Was not collected. Gone. Anyway. Fur. This is what problem. You have a beard. It gets to that point where it just curls back up into your mouth. Not fun. Not fun. Okay. So today, what are we doing? Well, yesterday, oh, that's right. Last week, we made some saucisson sec. And this is how it is looking so far. There's a little bit of fat on the outside. It's drying nicely. As you can see, the casing is starting to crumble around it, which is fine. And that's drying nicely. The rest of them are up in the meat locker in the studio, right up on high. The cats have found a way to get up there and do claw at the metal mesh, trying to get their butts in there. I'm a little surprised they haven't gotten up on the counter and tried pulling that down. Cats. So yeah, that's coming along nicely. It'll probably be another 2 to 3 weeks before that's actually ready to be eaten. But it's dried enough. We should check the weight eventually. You know what? Let's do it now. Let's check the weight now and see what the weight says. All right, so that's down to 89 grams, which means it's lost, this one has lost, I think it's about 15 grams, maybe 20, which isn't too bad. That means it's all proceeding apace, which is good. I'd probably have to go back and check the VOD to know what the exact weight was, because I didn't do the weighing thing. Anyway. So that's how that's going. Another couple of weeks, and then we'll do the final taste test on that. Hopefully. Sorry, Beans being an idiot chasing around something I can't see. Probably a little moth, knowing this time of year. But anyway, today we are doing something vegetarian. Now, holy crap, vegetarians, let me know. Join the chat. Let me know in the comments, wherever you're at. I went looking for a vegetarian vegetarian recipe, and it was just chili. Oh, and some chili. How you doing, Rach? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, it was just chili, and then some more chili. And it was like, what the hell is going on? I don't understand. This particular recipe in fried rice, quiche, stir fry, mushroom burgers, all of it. No, we're not doing fried rice. Today we're doing potato cakes with a herb Raita. Now, like I was saying, this had 3 different, like those big honkin' mushrooms. Look, just get a whole porcini, slice it into a steak, fry it up in lots of butter, and serve it up as a hamburger. Why not? But yeah, it had 3 different additions of chili in the main recipe, and then added chili again in the Raita. And I'm just going, really? 3 different sources of chili. So anyway, it's almost like vegetarian food tastes like crap. So yeah, coffee Drake. And it was, I don't know, it was really hard to find a recipe that didn't have chili in it. So I just found this one, thought it looked good, so I took chili out of it. More coffee Drake. It doesn't know, my silly husband was vegan for a couple of years and it was very annoying, but we managed. If Kiki jumps on stream, she's going to be very disappointed that she can't coffee Drake. Someone got in before her. Nah, that's fine, Rach. That's fine. It's there for everyone to use. No, it's there for everyone to use, not just Kiki. Yeah, it'll come back in an hour. It'll be fine. I don't actually know how long this is going to take us. We've got some potatoes to do. To boil, we've got to boil some potatoes, so that takes a while. And now, I've had a look at the recipe. I've read through the instructions, and I'm kind of at that point where one of the instructions, it says to boil the taters. Actually, I should get that going. Let's get the tater water going. Because I can sit around chatting to everyone while that's starting to heat up. Tater water, stat! And then I'll edit that in later, right? And I'll grab it and I'll just be here with the taters, the tater water, and I'll just cut it and edit it that it'll be, and then it'll appear. I've been thinking recently that it could be a bit of fun to do chatting here. Never. It could be fun to do Twitches of behind the scenes making of, but then just do all the cuts and stuff for to make it a smaller video when it gets to YouTube. The hell? There is some form of spilled fluid. I don't know what. Anyway, we'll get that underway. Yeah, and the recipe says to boil up the potatoes until soft, almost like you're mashing them, but I'm going to a bit harder than that, and then peel the jackets afterwards, like after you've boiled them. And I'm like, so what I'm actually thinking of doing is boiling them up with the jackets on, and then I'm still going to cut them up and to put them in there and all that to make the process faster, but leaving the skins on. And that way, because a lot of the nutrients of potato are in the skin, and seeing these are going to be congealed into basically patties, then I figure we may as well leave the skin in. I mean, I do that in my mash occasionally, so the idea that that should work, right? So, but it should leave most of the nutrients in there anyway. You like what? Yeah, exactly, Rach. Where you get the drop the potato and then boop, it's cut. Yes. Squeeze them out of their skins. Maybe that's what they mean. But I'm going for the whole. Let's leave the jackets on. Taters in jackets. Yes. So we have you, naughty cat, bad kitty, bad. Finn has decided that weeing everywhere and anywhere is a good idea. So as you can imagine, Finn is not in the good books. Alright, so we want 500 grams of taters. Chop Cam, what is wrong with you? Nope. $5.20 will do. Not a lot of taters. At this point, I'm just like, we could just... No, we're not doubling the recipe today, Ulrich. Don't think I've actually got all the ingredients to double it today. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to turn that off. We're going to take that knife. Hiya! Yes. So Finn is in the we're not very happy with you books. The thing is, there's no actual reason he should be doing that, that's the weird part. I think he's run out of different places, so he's now peed twice on the youngling's bed. So he's pissed on my shelves out the back once. I think he's pissed upstairs twice. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but that is going to have to come to a rapid halt. Although, it may come to a rapid halt next week when he gets desexed anyway, so who knows. Oh, that's not boiling yet. Probably should wait. Hot things are hot. Oh no, it's running away. Okay, well, it appears we didn't need anywhere near as much water as I thought we would, so I might take some of that out. Because then it will heat faster. So, ooh, a Growlithe. Do I have a Growlithe? I do. Yay! I'm even in time. Should probably check, shouldn't I? Should I check how many Pokeballs I've got? No. Oh, what just happened? Nothing. Okay. Hopefully. Oh, come on, don't do it. You can cope, you can cope. I know you can. Oh, what the hell? Ah, panels. There we go. Found my panels. Everyone can stop looking now. I found them. Your little sister's cat has started peeing in the laundry, and it seems to be the same place every time, so she's going to get some special stuff that's supposed to get rid of the smell even when we can't smell it anymore. Ah, okay. Yeah, right. Poker shop. Let's have a look. How many we've got in the poker shop? I don't know. It doesn't tell me. Well, that's poor. Alright, Pokeball. Pokeball, I only have 25 left. And Ultra Ball, I've only got 11 left. Okay. Oops. So, Poker Shop, Ultra Ball. Let's go for 40. Excellent. Let's just go for 20 regular Pokeballs, I reckon. Nice. Okay. Done diddly done done done. So let's go back to our creative, to our stream manager, and we're back. Yay! Now we've bought lots of Pokeballs. I have an itchy leg. I don't know why I have an itchy leg, but I have an itchy leg. Alright, so they're coming along. Alright, so we're doing a Raita that goes with this. We're going to pause for some cumin. So we're going to do some cumin seeds. I should use the little one. Should use the little one for this. I will eventually buy the third little pan that goes with my deep ones, but until then, we're going to use the cast iron little one. So we want half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Done. Don't know if we need more cumin. We'll see. Alright. So we're going to put these over some heat. Oh, I don't know why that has seized. Something's gone wrong. I can't use that knob anymore. So, 2 weeks ago, we got a new dishwasher. Ding, 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 ding. Couple of days after that, we had to go get a new fridge because the fridge packed in. So, ding, 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 ding. We've gotten a new oven probably a year ago. Ding, ding, ding. Guess what's next? And then we will have replaced the entire kitchen. Now, what was I doing? Oh yeah, cooking some cumin. Where did I put the, there it is. Oh, it's gonna be one of those brain freeze days. Alright, we'll put you on the big plate. Because we're not going to do this for long. You can get a bit of heat in that. And we will wait until they are aromatic and toasted. Now, it says to do it with ground cumin, but I never have ground cumin. I just have cumin seeds. Life is too expensive? Yeah, well, part of the fridge was my fault, though. I will admit that, because it was 6 months out of warranty when it died, but it had been giving, in hindsight, it had been giving signs that it was struggling, and I didn't act fast enough. If I'd acted somewhat faster, then I probably could have saved myself a ton of money. That said, it only had a 2-year warranty. The new one has a 5-year. So the last one was a Hayer. For anyone who actually cares, the last fridge was a Hayer. It was one of those French door opening ones. This one is a Hisense. It's slightly bigger, but comes with a 5-year warranty. So we'll see. I keep reaching for the middle of the door because I'm used to the French doors. But this one's just that single swing door, so. Roast up, my little pretties. Alright, the taters seem to be going okay. Oh no, you have adulting to do? What adulting do you have to do? I mean, is there ever a time we don't have adulting to do? I don't think there is. I just do the minimum amount of adulting. I wish. I wish I could do the minimum amount of adulting, but I can't. Stupid no adulting. Got an email at 2 AM. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, that sorting that out might be the way to go there, Rach. Yes. Good, yep. You're just starting to get that scent out, so we're getting there with that. Mortar and pestle. We'll grind up the cumin in just a minute. You already got the next month's bill in February after you'd vacated, but okay, so you sorted that you'd vacated it and got the bill sorted, and then they de-sorted it on you? I hate it when companies are like that. So, keep your records going, dude. Mind you, if you made it a law that once all the arrears were finished, paid, and it was done with, that any further bills received by the ex-customer then became a payment that the company needed to pay them. I reckon all of a sudden you would get a lot better bookkeeping. Just saying. I set up with this easy pay thing which I had no control over, and then it started suddenly being late, and it took 3 phone calls to get them to actually realise they were the ones in control of it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorry. There you go. Hopefully that's a bit better. Yeah, I think that was me. I was looking at it thinking it was too quiet. but it was just a quiet bit in the music. All right. Woohoo! Hot things are hot. Oh, damn. The smell coming off of this right now. I'm done. I'm not too worried about getting that too fine. But I've just powdered it up a bit. There's still some large-ish chunks in there, but it's still got to go in the machine. Okay. Got my little stick blender food processor thingy. Mainly because I don't know where my actual food processor is right now. But we'll get there. In she goes. Har, 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 har. That over there. Right, what else are we putting in? Mint, coriander, ginger, and garlic. All right. Mint. Now, certain friends of mine can't eat this because it's got mint in it. How much are we doing mint? Half a. Whoa. Okay. A lot of mint. I'm putting a lot of mint in this. Okay. Just going to peel these leaves off the stem. It's going to be a very minty dish, it turns out. Dun, 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 dun. Half a cup of fresh mint leaves. Where is my half a cup measure? Got mint flying everywhere. Baby mint leaves. So now we make some mint. Did not close the fridge door. Oops. Let's go a bit more, I think. Don't want insane levels of minty, but at the same time, we'll see if we can get this going. All right, half a cup of milk, mint. Good God. Same with coriander. All right, let's go. Oop. No. No big stems. You can hear those taters starting to go off in the background there. There's a lot of we want coriander leaves, and there's a lot of not coriander leaves in this packet. Alright, I'm going to eat some of this. Tiger! Hey, look at that. Straight in. Straight into catching the Pokemon. You go, Tiger. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. We are doing a potato fritters with a Raita. So, this is our vegetarian meal for the day. It does have that thing. Yogurt. It does have yogurt in it. So I hope that's okay. Not being a vegetarian. I know that takes it out for vegans. Oops, that's a bit more there. You eat dairy and fish? Nice. Raita is basically a yogurt sauce. Which is what we're currently making. So we've roasted up some cumin seeds and ground them down. We've put in half a cup of mint. We're about to put half a cup of coriander in. Then we put some garlic. And then we put in some yogurt. Yeah. And then we mix it up. And then we have our Raita. A lot of the meals you cook have yogurt or aioli. So, excellent. So I was, when I was going through the recipes, you might be able to answer this for me, Tiger. When I was going through recipes trying to find this one particularly, well, this one, every recipe I came across that was vegan had multiple amounts of chili in it. It was just chili in everything, and it was like, the shit. Food can have flavor that isn't chili. Yogurt. We're using a sweet Greek style. We're using a sweet Greek style yogurt. Like even this recipe had in the main patties 3 different chili ingredients, and the Raita had a chili ingredient as well. So the overall recipe had 4 lots of chili in it. Oh, no, not there. I'm like, the hell, people? But yes, so, I don't know. Garlic, what are we doing? We are putting in the garlic. We've got the cumin, mint, coriander. Oh, ginger. Are we putting in the ginger? Yes, we are putting in ginger. Where did I put the ginger? That's surprising. I eat vegan sometimes when I go out for meals and they don't have chili because I can't really eat it due to not being used to overly spiced foods growing up. Yeah, I'm mildly allergic to chili, so. Alright, finally grated ginger. How much? A teaspoon. Oh, there's that ginger smell. That's probably a little more than a teaspoon, but in it goes. Maybe. How do I get the rest of that out? Smack it like a naughty grater. There we go. Alright, so we have a ginger in there. Garlic. Garlic straight from... It says to use a small clove, but come on. When is that going to happen in this house? I'm going to use 2 medium cloves. Alright, that seems to be boiling nicely. Come off. There we go. Go over there. Right. I like the idea of chili, but my mouth doesn't tolerate it well. Yeah, I saw that the chili challenge that you set. Was that, did you set that for you? Or was that something that Lachlan came up with? I could see Lachlan coming up with that for you. Now I'm not going to worry too much about this because this is all going in a blender. So I'm not worried about chopping it up too much. Alright, garlic's in. Ooh, garlic. Oh, you came up with it. Nice, nice. What do we got? How much? Wait a minute. Add mint, process until finely chopped. So we're going to process that. Oh, no, we don't need that bit. We need that bit. One. Woo, woo. PowerPoint. We need a PowerPoint. It's just not... Has anyone ever been in a kitchen where they have enough PowerPoints? Nice. And finely chopped. Right, add yogurt and process until combined. Alright, so now we add yogurt. How much yogurt? 260 grams. Alright, how much have we got in here? 480. So maybe not all of it. Just saying. But that's not a bad thing. Oops. Because I don't mind having a little excess in this case, because it's, if I overdo the flavorings in the Raita a little bit too much, then I can always just add a little more yogurt. So, how much are we getting out? think it was about half. 260 grams, okay. $265. That'll do. Bloop. Didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but oh well, there we go. I've got a bit on the thing up there, which I'm going to have to clean off. Alright, that's chugging away nicely. Lick the bowl. No, we've still got a little bit of it left. We haven't managed to quite eat it all yet. There is the tiniest bit left, but I don't think that's going to make it much past today, to be honest. Really hate it when recipe measure liquids in grams. I prefer grams. For the most part, I prefer grams. But especially with something like if the ingredient is sold in grams, right, then I prefer to have grams in the recipe. Yogurt this is a 480 gram pack of yogurt. So if I need 260 grams, I can look at which pots of yogurt have the closest to that. And for me, that's just easy reference when I'm buying ingredients. So I do like the recipes that give you both, that give you the grams and the milliliterage, depending on which one you prefer. You can then delete the one you don't like. Yeehaw! Squelchy. Right. This looks like some sprayed onto the top, so we're just going to push that back down. Oh wow, okay. Done. Alright, then we put that in the fridge until we're done. Wood. Though to be fair, I actually prefer ground. There are conversion tables. I look up conversion tables all the time. You think it's mostly when a recipe doesn't match the packet, like the recipe calls for 40 grams of something and the passage. Yes, yeah, absolutely, Rach. I'm the same. I'm absolutely the same. Wild Houndor. I think I've got a Houndor. Let's find out. I do. Alright. Now, that tastes really nice, that Raita. So, I'm going to have a spoonful of yogurt. I'm not usually a fan of yogurt, to be honest, but that's quite nice. The Yalna sweet Greek yogurt. That's what that was. And yeah, surprisingly tasty. There you go. Who knew? Ever since I had COVID a little while back, I got this little frog in the back of my throat, and it's always just that little and it's just there, and it annoys the hell out of me. Ah, boo, boo, Houndor, boo. Alright, because we only need the green chopping board today. We don't need the red one, or the black one, or the white one, just the green one. Alright, let's see how those taters are going. Still a bit hard, so we'll let them go for a minute. So we need to get out our breadcrumbs and our corn flour. Breadcrumbs, corn flour. I'm gonna add a bit of extra. Instead of using chilies and stuff like that, I'm still gonna use some capsicum, which I'm okay with. I'm gonna throw some smoked paprika in it. Just to add a little bit of zing without heat. So, more chopped fresh coriander. Where's that coriander? Oh, there's not a lot of coriander left. But we'll use it. Yeah. And take every little last bit. I should say it only says says a lot more than I've got. So, oops. This one that annoys me too. It's like 2 tablespoons of chopped coriander. It's like, okay, I'm assuming that means once you've chopped it, you get 2 tablespoons. But I've seen people go, yeah, that's 2 tablespoons, and then start chopping. It's like, okay, sure. Yeah. One thing about these boards, they do enjoy sliding about. Or maybe that's just my tabletop. My countertop. Alright. have done that with the knife that I've got here that's already dirty? Yes. Yes, I could. Am I taking any excuse to use my Mezzaluna? Yes. Yes, I am. That's actually not too bad. It's probably 1 and a bit tablespoons. But we'll be fine. Hang on. So, breadcrumbs, yes. Corn flour, yes. Coriander, yes. Ginger. How much ginger do we want? Ginger. A teaspoon. Another teaspoon of ginger. Bit more. Yes, happy with that. Probably a little more than a teaspoon, but she'll be right. This rate, I'm going to have to get another bloody green board. Not. Right, that's bubbling away nicely. Right, so we've got the coriander, the ginger, some smoked paprika that I got out somewhere before. There it is. Actually, we might scatter that over the top of everything. We won't add that in beforehand, but that looks to be everything. So, a third of a cup of breadcrumbs. That's going to be all of what I've got left. Pretty close. Maybe not. Let's find out. Nope. It was about half of what I had left. There you go. How much corn flour are we using? 2 tablespoons. It's alright, we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, now the tater is going, yep, they're good. Right, so we're going to take them off of that, we're going to put them in a colander. So basically all I'm looking for in the potatoes is, as the fork goes in, they sort of just start to crumble around it. That's what I'm looking for. But I need a short break. I'll probably play some ads, feel free to ignore them, and I'll be back. And we're back. Yay! Hey Chisel, how you doing? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. What do we do? What do we do while we're away? Roach, turns out my arrears notification was a simple systems glitch moving from one to another. Nice. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Chisel got some message telling me they needed to verify my bank details. Probably got the wrong person. Uh-huh. I actually did do that. I had that happen. I had the I was doing a thing with the bank, and this guy rings up and he's like, "Hello, we would like to confirm your bank details." I'm like, no. Who are you? He's like, oh, I'm from the bank. And I'm like, sure. And he's gone, you know what? Fair. Ring this, and he goes, ring this number. No, actually, better yet, go to your card your bank card, ring the phone number on the back of that, and quote this number, gave me a reference number, and they'll sort it out for you. And I'm like, no worries, thanks, mate. And I got my card out, I rang the number, and I said, hey, I've got this verification number. And they go, yes, we are the bank, and yes, we need to confirm your bank details. And at that point, I'm like, okay, now we can confirm my bank details. Yeah, no, princes in Egypt. In my day, it was more princes from Nigeria, but you know, maybe everyone's finally clued on that there aren't that many princes in Nigeria. Moved country. Next, it'll be a Tibetan prince or. All right. What do I need a bowl? I need a bowl. Alright, so here we go. That's not where the taters are. This is where the taters are. Taters. Alright, so we are mashing these skins on because I like the skins. The other thing, normally I would use the egg beaters to do my mash because I like a really smooth mash. But because we're actually going to be turning these into patties, I'm just going to do a rough mash with a masher rather than using the egg beaters. So I don't necessarily want these to be just epic smooth. Mainly because we're going to be turning them into patties. Alright, I reckon that's enough, to be honest. Alright, so now we get all of that off. Come on. There you go. Out. Alright, we're not licking that utensil yet because I don't know if I need it again. Yes, Chisel, yeah, Prince from Australia. We are definitely under the monarchy, and there must be an Australian prince somewhere. I'm sure of it. How you doing, Kiki? Welcome, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. All right, Chisel, you can be the Australian prince. That's fine. I'll just be the person behind the scenes pulling your strings. See that? I've always said that. I don't want to rule the world. I want to pull the strings of the person who does. Rough mash, yep. Add breadcrumbs, corn flour, coriander. Right, add breadcrumbs. Potato. Corn flour. How much corn flour are we putting in? Somebody tell me how much corn flour. 2 tablespoons. Alright. Yeah. The hell? That's it. I found the tablespoon measure, but it's all dirty and in the dishwasher right now. So, where to put the scissors? Scissors! I'll open this packet up a bit more so I can get the measuring. There we go. 1. Well, half. 1. 1.5. 2. My day is going okay. Thank you, Kiki. I had a bit of a late one last night. I stayed up a little late. I was watching the Jason Statham film Meg, uh, which is just, why not? Because that's funny. And I may have got a little caught up in it. um, but yeah, so I had a nice sleep in. Then I had a cuddle sleep in with Issa for like half an hour. It's a fun little adventure. Let's put it that way. The movie Meg is a fun little adventure. So I had a little cuddle in this morning with Issa, which was nice. And yeah, and now we're streaming. So we've got the breadcrumbs, cornflowers in, coriander and ginger. These things. And I'm gonna not use cayenne pepper, which is what the recipe originally suggested. I'm going to use the paprika. Yeah, it has been a lovely day in that respect so far. Just a little bit of paprika on top. There we go. Because I still want it to have a little bit of kick, but that little bit of kick is going to be this stuff rather than chili. Alright, so I'm also going to add, it says to season with salt, but I'm going to add a little bit of pepper as well, because that'll add a bit more flavor as well. That should add a little bit. The cayenne and the actual black pepper should mix well. Because we're not using chili. Prince Chisel. I'm cold, that'll do it. Fair. Kiki had a cuddle in bed last night with both May and Akira. Nice. Puppy cuddles are good, just like kitty cuddles, yes. A GF choc cake? Is it a gluten-free chocolate cake or a girlfriend chocolate cake? Oh, mighty Prince Chisel. Mix until combined. Alright, I'm just going to use the fork for this, I think. Gluten-free? Right. Yeah. No, it's Prince Chisel, not King Chisel, so that would make them Highness, not Majesty. Majesty is for King. Useless trivia. There you go. Highness. It's easy, right? All I have to do is stay home in the end. Well, no. I mean, you will have to do ceremonial getting out and about to open buildings and because opening buildings is important. And you'll have to come out onto your balcony every now and then and wave. So you're going to actually have to put pants on for that, which is a problem, but they will be royal pants, so that's not too bad. But everything's paid for. Everything is paid for. You don't have to pay for anything. Okay, so this is actually combining better than I thought it would. This is really turning into a dough. I reckon I could almost take this out and knead it. Sorry that it's on a white bowl, but there you go. You can see that's really turning into a dough, which is kind of cool. Won't pay accept my commitment. This has really turned into a dough. This opens up so many possibilities. Alright, so I'm going to try a little bit of it. Just plain. Ooh, Yep, okay. Nice. I'm going to put a little more salt and pepper in it. But you really get that back of your mouth hint of ginger. There's just that little tickle of ginger at the back of it. That is really nice. Oh, we're starting to see the flecks of the pepper in that. Glad I did this with the fork. If I'd done this with the masher, it could have been quite the mess. Dough could be a new catchphrase. No, I won't lick the bowl to be a catchphrase. Alright, let's try some of that. Nice, yep. Just that little bit of hint, salt, pepper, paprika, it's all there. Ginger right at the end just to... It's almost like it's a palate cleanser at the end with the ginger. Because like you get all the flavors and then it's just like boop, a little boop of ginger right at the end. This is not usually a massive fan of vegetarian food, to be honest. But I think this is going to turn out really nice. So, again, actually, I might use... Alright, we're going to put oil in that, so we do not want this to be wet. No, I could use the medium one. I think that might be a bit small. I don't know what I'm using. Why? Alright. Let's take that one off of there. We're going mad because we're just putting all of this in the dishwasher and just go. And I'm done. Alright, get the medium sized one out. I think we're done with you. You can go away. All right. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of this ginger. I don't know how long it lasts, to be honest. Just this fresh ginger, but we'll figure that out. Sorry, I'm just cleaning it up a little bit because I don't like working in a messy kitchen. As everybody probably already knows. The sink I can handle. I can handle that, you know, we put this stuff over on the sink and we're good. But the area that I'm working in, I like to be presentable. Right. Ta-da. And there goes the last of the coffee drops. All right. What do we got? Wow, what did I miss? Light made potato dough and filling them with cheese and chucking them in the fry pan. Nom nom nom. Yeah, that could be interesting, Rach. Absolutely. You sure that's a brand new idea? Yeah, yeah. Could make a cartoon series. Yeah, make a cartoon series, Chisel. Absolutely. This is vegetarian. This is a vegetarian dish. Wild caterpie. No one caught it. I didn't even see the caterpie in time. Alright, so what am I doing with this? Add oil to a non-stick fry pan. Ooh, gross. Just going to use this one. Heat over medium-high heat. Cook potato cakes 2 to 3 minutes each side. Drain on a plate lined with paper towel, served with Raita and extra mint leaves. Alright, so, where are we going? Yeah. Getting our plate out with some paper towel. For draining, we're going to get our rice bran oil. That'll do. Oh, yeah, we can use this. It'll be fine. Come on. Close. Close lid. That's not closed. Alrighty. Because rice bran oil has a high smoke point. AKA, you can get it really hot before it starts burning. Right. Heaped tablespoon. A heaped tablespoon of, that's not a lot. That is not a lot. So these are going to be okay, and roll it into a ball. Ta-da! Ball. Do this while this really is dough. This is amazing. I've never made potato dough before. Freaking me out, man. It's totally freaking me out. This is mostly potatoes. Oops, that one got a bit big. Yeah, so there's a couple of tablespoons of corn flour in this, but the rest is potato. Yeah. If you have a look at how it's spelled, I know it's backwards, but and then what the byline is underneath. Yeah, this is a T-shirt of the Juice Media. They are a satirical site that takes the government to task over policies and what they're doing around town and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit. That seems to be getting its heat on. While I do the rest of these. Yeah, no worries, Kiki. So yeah, if you haven't checked out the Juice Media, I strongly recommend you do so because they are not only hilarious, but they're topical in the way they do it. So I know this is my my one for the day, but you'll note that the byline is Department of Shit Fuckery. 2 minutes for those in Parliament doing the job no one wants to do. I don't want to do anything within that system. It's the system that's broken. Yeah, well. Look, we have elected dictatorships in this country. That's how we got work choices. So, yeah. Yeah, Commodus. All they do is talk and talk. I'm so keeping this recipe for next time I go on an eco build. At this point, let's find out how hot this is. Squeeze it out into a little patty. Throw it in. Seems to be enough. Alright, let's do this. You guys see that? Yes, you can. Oops, go away. Whoop, that's going to be a bit thin. She'll be right. Woo! Hot! Has anyone else seen? Yes, Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog is hilarious. Just got to keep an eye on this because I don't know what I'm doing. I have got the kettle on to do a coffee drake. Yes, yes. Yes, Kiki, coffee time, yes dear. Right? That one's not stuck. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, that one's a little bit stuck. Alright, let's flip. Whoop. No! Come back! Ah! No! How's that looking? Nope, not yet. Alright, a little bit longer. And now we wait. Haven't sung so much since Blue's Clues. And that was 3 days ago. Rach, the redeems pop up in the activity feed as a reminder. It's all good. Yes. This is my second. I don't know how many more I'm going to have after that, though. Oh, that looks nice and golden. Let's go with that. Whoops. So yeah, this definitely wouldn't work if I'd taken the egg beaters to it. That would have made it too smooth and not as good as it could be. These are actually looking really nice. I could definitely experiment with these. Thanks, Rach. All right, now, coffee drink. Here we go. It's almost coming up on time to do the get the dry ginger ale out. Look at them bubbling away. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Bubbles! Bubbles! My bubbles! I may have to get a jar out and label it because I don't want to pour all that oil out just for pouring the oil out. No, not this time around. This is just flat out just the coriander, ginger, paprika, salt and pepper. That's the only flavorings in this at the moment. So yeah, I can see, you know, put a bit of halloumi in the middle of this. Like half the size of the rolls we made, the balls, and then flatten each of them out. Stick a chunk of halloumi in the middle, and close it up around the halloumi, and then fry it. That could be epic. Yeah, brie could work. Absolutely. What do we got? Oh, I don't have an Armaldo. Straight up mozzarella or pizza blend is good too. Yeah. Alright, how you going? Ooh, it's kind of golden. We'll leave that for just a little bit more, a little bit longer. I had 12. I should have done 6 and 6. I'm going to have 2 left over. They look yummy though. Like, they look just nom nom nom. Then we've got the Raita to put on it as well. So, I like cheese too, Rach. Absolutely. Cheese is good. Hype, 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 hype. I got a new Pokemon. I will have them all eventually. Like, as they get cooked, the bubbling slows down. I swear the bubbling has slowed down. I'm gonna have to watch attentively when the next lot come through. Because if I can just tell by the amount of bubbles, my bubbles. If I can tell by the amount of bubbles whether they're cooked or not, that'll be like. I can tell by the bubbling that that's cooked. Yep. Oh, look at that. Alright. That appears to be nice and golden. So let's take these out. Yep. Ah! Crunched that one. I was too heavy-handed with the spatula. Alright, next lot. Hot. That oil is hot. Alright, we got them all in. Hot things are definitely hot. Now, serve this with nice little green salad on the side. I reckon we're in. So what, this recipe we made, what, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. We made 12. So that makes 12 patties. Notes. Alright, so notate that that makes about 12 patties for that recipe. So if I'm going to bolt this out to like feed 30 people, at 4, I reckon 4 per person would constitute a meal. Like a full, hearty meal, not just, you know, snack like we're going to have now. There is a lot more bubbles coming out of these guys at the moment. Just going to make sure that they're separated. because we don't want them sticking together. Bubbles! Alright, so we need the Raita out. Raita. The gooey stuff. Alright. What the hell? Okay. That's interesting. Anyway. There's our Raita bubbling away. Bubbles are starting to slow down. Alright. So we're going to try one of these. Just, you can't see that. Go around it. Alright. I'm going to try it. Kniffy, fork you. Alright. Golden crispy on the outside. Mmm. Yep. Okay. That's, wow. There's all these really subtle flavors all the way through it as you're chewing along on it. And it is really nice. So I'm going to throw some of this Raita on it and see what that does to it all. Ooh, that adds a bit more kick to it, actually. That Raita adds a bit of kick. Didn't think it would, but it does. Alright, that's starting to slow down. Okay. Let's have a look. How are you going? No, not quite. Ah! Okay. So that Raita adds a fair bit of kick to it. The I think it's the mint. The mint really adds a real kick to it. But that is really tasty. Well, this is going in the vegetarian annals of, oh my God, this is tasty vegetarian food. The aqua scum? Okay. You're watching Finding Nemo, aren't you? You're quoting Finding Nemo. Took me a minute. What are you doing, Zig? You're reloading, are you? She's weeing everywhere too, but she's losing her marbles. Ask Peach. She read the instructions. Right? Go Peach. Alright, that's looking pretty golden. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Ah! See, look at that. It's going, Bubbles going nuts. Go, Bubbles, go! My Bubbles. I may have started it. Who knew? Oh no, Rach, why do you need to apply pants? Don't do it! Don't do it! I kind of have to have pants on because if I walk this way too far, I could get sued. I could get heartily sued for that. All right, bubble, bubble, bubble. All right, we've run out of music, it sounds like. So let's start some different music on. It's the uniform code, right? You'll wait for. Look, I said, well, what? I don't know. Someone's taken the clip of it somewhere. But I said once upon a time, I said something like, if I ever get like 100 subscribers, I'll do a hot tub stream, or something like that. I think Upright has that written down somewhere. But yes, if I get X amount of subscribers, that I do a hot tub stream. But if you don't wear pants, you'll get to come home early, I promise. True, but at the same time, it may not be your home for long because there will no longer be incoming dollary dues to therefore retain the house. So, you know, bit of a catch-22, that one. All right, I'm going to grab. It is time. Oh, my favorite. It is time. I'm watching you. Time for a ginger beer. No, dry ginger ale. I have ginger beer in the fridge at the moment, which is really nice. I'm using it as an anti-nausea when I go to bed. So much morning sickness for so many years. What? No way. For her shoulders. Seriously? I've got my shoulders out in my opening clip every stream. Considering that I'm told, I don't know, but supposedly one of the hot tub girls actually had sex on stream at some point in the near past, and didn't get banned for it. I don't know. She was just playing games and it was summer, so she had a singlet on, and yeah. What? Yeah, I know, right, Tiger? Wait. Yeah. 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 There we go. Yeah. Shoulders! Brown chicken, brown cow! I know, it's a dangerous... Report me for shoulder streaming. Wait, hang on. We're going to get really raunchy now, you ready? There's some ankle. Oh, streaming some ankle. Wait, I should check the food. How's the food going? That's alright. That can step up a little more. We're getting racy. It's a racy stream today. Shoulders and ankles. Whew. Whew. Don't give away food content for free. A lady did that. She actually did a limited time only OnlyFans that was, she does a lot of Victorian, like makes her own, and they're gorgeous, like Victorian era outfits. And so she did an OnlyFans in her Victorian shoes, and you could see the ruffles of the dress and stuff, but they were all ankle shots. That was her OnlyFans. And she does a lot on YouTube and all of that sort of stuff. And then for the time it was up, she got all these donations, all this everything. It's like, oh my god, made all this money. She donated it all to charity, which she said she was going to do at the start. But it was just amazing that these ankle pics, Victorian ankle pics, blew up on this giant OnlyFans. I thought that was hilarious. Oh, nice catch, Rach. Well, a lot of people mistakenly think that OnlyFans is only for adult content, and it's not. It's anything you have a fandom of, you can put up on OnlyFans. So if it's like UCS Lego, you can do an OnlyFans of UCS Lego if you really want. Well, that's what most people use it for, is adult content. But which is fine because you're able to do that. But I'm saying a lot of people mistakenly think that's the only content that is on OnlyFans. Oh, that one's actually a bit soft. I might leave that one in there for a little bit longer. It's not quite as golden as I would like it. I don't know why it's not as golden as I would like it. Maybe I just had too much. But just as I picked it up, it just bent, which none of the others have done. So that says to me that it's a little undercooked. So I'm going to cook it a little more, just to finish those two off. Rachel, I learned much more recently than probably ever. Oh, it's a streaming platform too. I had no idea. There you go. I was today years old when I found that out. Yeah, a lot of people do think it's just for that. Absolutely. Just I was posting knitting clips and someone donated 50 cents for okay, sure. Well, again, there was an artist, I think she was here in Adelaide, who, okay, how do I say this in PG-13? She inserted the wool into herself and as she pulled the wool, she pulled the yarn out from there and knitted and yarned and knitted and yarned and knitted, and I don't know the entire purpose of the art piece, but that was the art piece. You remember that one, Rach? Yeah. And the the relevant times of month did not stop the piece. There is a distinct color change in the wool for those moments that she was doing that as well. So, Casey Jenkins, there you go. Oh, she was in Melbourne. Nice. So there you go. I mean, you don't see anything lewd in any of the footage that I have seen, but it is obvious that the wool is not in a basket. So yeah, again, some parental guidance is recommended. All right, well, that's almost done, so we should probably plate up for the photo. I might do a quick photo of just all of them on the draining plate, because this one's kind of going to get a little bit covered up by the Raita, so do the draining plate. then I'll do one of we are served. I think I'll do two. Do two. Do we have any salad in the fridge? We'll find out. Will we have some left on the mix? Oh, put a little salad on the side. Close. That door is so weird. It just, you've got to really hoof it to close it. I think it was a statement about progressive feminism, something. Oh yeah, she definitely. She was making an artistic statement. Yeah, absolutely. Let's turn the heat off on that so it doesn't just continue to burn. And we'll put some Raita on this. Do a bit of drizzle. You know what? Here we go. Let's see how Raita works as a salad dressing. Oops. This could be a really interesting salad dressing. Camera. And there we go. There is that way. There we go. Our potato cakes with herb Raita. Noms. Right, time to. Meanwhile, I'm buying a new pepper mill. Should I get a fancy electric one? Sure. No. Do it by hand. Do it by hand. It really does, Target. It really does look fantastic. Wonder if I put this on a. Nah, that doesn't work. Alright, so first off, let's see how the Raita goes as a salad dressing. That is a nice salad dressing. That is really nice. So I'm going to have some more of that. Oh, ow. For grinders, like I like this particular set of grinders because however tight you make it at the top actually pulls the grinder bit at the bottom in. So if you want a really, really fine grind, you do it up. If you want a less fine grind, you undo it and you get a more chunky grind. So, and that works for both the salt and pepper shakers. So I actually like, I've not found an electric one that will do that. You just get what's put out. So that's why I like hand grinders. No. No chisel. No, I like bacon too much. But when I was younger, I had a long-standing feud with vegetarian food. And that was basically the stuff I had access to. The vegetarian foods that I had access to were bland. They tasted, you may as well have been eating cardboard. I'm finding these days, the more and more that I find these sort of recipes, is that has been changing. And you just get one you can pour from the container. And And look, if you were into chili, the original recipe of this that had all the chili in it would probably be really good, but this is just nice. You get so many, like all of the flavors that are in this, you can taste. I might, for my palate, I might put a bit more paprika in next time. I might, but that said, that may override some of the subtler flavors that are in here. But it's all there. It's just, I think it would be very interesting to do a whole heap of batches of this using different potatoes as well. I just used the generic mashing potatoes for this one that we always use on stream. The Mitolo family farms for mashing potatoes. I like their potatoes, but they're reasonably generic. So yeah, you can. My Saxa grinder's out in the car. But you can refill them, right? You screw the top off and you just refill them. Absolutely. Yeah, it does. Okay. I haven't seen a Saxa grinder that the lid doesn't screw off in years. Okay. Send you pictures? Yeah, send me pictures. Send me pictures, because I'm sure they come off. Unless you got one of those little blue lid ones, but those blue lid ones, for memory, they actually pop off. They're not a screw fitting, they're a actual pull it off fitting. I'm gonna keep eating this because this is nice. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more salt to this one, just for me. Because not only do I have a sweet tooth, I have a salty tooth. Wild mudbray. All right, let's see if we can catch this mudbray. Whoops. Check, check, poker, check. Oh, I don't have one. All right, a little more salt. Let's see how that runs. There it is. Nice. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised at the Raita. Like I said at the start of the stream, I'm not usually a massive fan of yogurt, and yet this is like nom 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 nom. I got the mud brie, yay! Yogurt is great to mix and make sauces and dips. Yeah. But again, not being a big fan of yogurt to begin with. And look, you can see me scraping this up off the plate. Well, probably. But like, there's a couple of herby bits left on the plate and that's it. Yeah, they're not going to last long. They are really not going to last long. Yeah, absolutely. Basically, boil the taters, coarse mash them, throw in a third a cup of breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoons of corn flour, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh coriander leaves, a teaspoon of finely grated ginger. I put in a quarter of a teaspoon of smoked paprika, probably a bit more, and then mix. That's it. Just keep mixing till it turns into a dough. Make little balls, fry them up. Done. Definitely need cheese though. Everything needs cheese. But look, for a baseline recipe that you can then just expand out to your heart's content, this is really good. Well, I've still got that tiniest little bit of ginger tingle on the edges of my tongue, and it's just keeping my mouth full of flavor, but not, really exploding. Just that, when you chew when you've got a piece of chewing gum, and at the start, and it's like when you're about halfway through, and there's just a bit of flavor left in it. It's that you've just got that left in your mouth, and it's just like, that's really nice. Yes, Tiger, I will definitely get this one up sooner rather than later, just for you. Oh, it's a cheesy ice cream. Let's do cheesy ice cream, Rach. Let's do it. If you can find a recipe for cheesy ice cream, I'll make cheesy ice cream. Cheesy carrot ice cream. That's tomorrow. Tiger's busy that day. Yeah, so well, there we go. That would probably be. So look, I'm literally licking the bowl for the Raita, for the flavors of the Raita. It's just get that. All right, I'm gonna put that back in the fridge. Good golly, Miss Molly. You won't be busy, you just won't be there. Yeah, that's fair, Chisel. That's fair. I mean, cheesy carrot ice cream, yeah, I could see why most people would give that a miss. I would too, to be honest, let's be fair. You saying that word is my favorite part of this entire stream? No? Which word? 99.999% of experiments don't work. This is an actual fact. According to Prince Chisel, I don't know how to say Raita. Raita. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. Alright, let's see if we can find out. Here we go. Raita. Sounds like Raita to me. Raita? Oh yeah. Raita? Raita? I say, Your Majesty. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Just want to eat more. But it's like, I mean, I can eat more. I'm allowed to. It's my food. I paid for it. Now, speaking of paid for, this all up, all of the ingredients for this only ran about. I've actually got the receipt in my bag to work this out, but it only cost about $15 for this entire thing. So, you know, if that's basically down around or less than $5 a serve, which, considering that's you know, assuming that you take four patties as a serve. I've already eaten 3 today, and I'm still looking for another one. I may eat another one after stream. I'll just wolf it down and leave the other 2 for the other 2 in the house. The other 2 serves. So that's really cheap at the end of the day. So yeah, a good healthy meal for a reasonably small amount of money. Oh, there's an idea. I had a friend ask me to figure out quick and easy recipes that are cheap for him, and I think this might be one. I don't know if potatoes freeze. I haven't tried freezing cooked potato. I suppose it would. I don't know what it would do to it coming out though. Coming out of the freezer. But it's already mashed. There's only one way to find out, I suppose. Let's freeze some taters. But yeah, I got to admit, I am very surprised at just how tasty this is. So, huzzah! I'm gonna call that a win. Definitely calling that a win. So right, what do we got coming up? Coming up over the next week, we have tomorrow we are back playing Valheim with Warden. We will hopefully we are trying to get all of our gear up to a point where it is maxed out and we can take on the final boss. Well, no, the boss number 4. Sorry, boss number 4 of 6. So it's the final boss for the area in which we're in. Once we've done that, we're going to go running around trying to find a nice plains biome that we can build a super mega base on. I'm probably going to organize with Warden at some time to do an extra Saturday stream, which will just be us running around doing base building, having a chat, flexing, doing whatever. But beyond the normal, just, you know, we're going to do this thing. We're going to stream. I want to stream this entire game. I like the idea. I always have liked the idea of playing a game, go to WoW, and streaming the entire thing. So it's going to be a number of hours sitting around building a base. That's the plan. But we will obviously, that's not running, it's not going to be a lot of combat or anything like that. It's just going to be building a base. So we will see. We will see how that goes. You never know. I might do it. I might have a talk to Wardham and see if we can come up with a castle that we both like, an actual castle from somewhere, and see if we can't build something along those lines. That could be fun. We could do maybe a get-along style. Who knows? Who knows? Possibly. We'll think of something. Anyway, so that's what's going on Friday. We are still, for memory, we have, in 18 followers. When we get 18 more followers and make it to 300, we will then be doing as a celebration, Ultimate Collector Series Lego build. It will be, I'm pretty much sold on it being Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. So building that up and getting that up and flying about. So we'll be doing that on the 13th of October, Friday the 13th of October. We won't be doing Valheim. We'll be doing a Twitchiversary stream with Assassin's Creed Mirage. So, and that's going to be a marathon. So 12 plus hours of let's hook into the new Assassin's Creed game. It is a good number and a good movie. I agree, Chisel. Then we go all the way back around to Tuesday. We have finished the Zork series. Yay! And I had not played Return to Zork or Grand Inquisitor, but I'm still, having played the 3 now, I'm still very much in the camp of Nemesis being my favorite. I just like the way it flowed better. The other 2, there was some stuff going on that I could have spent days trying to figure it out without a walkthrough. And for the people that like doing it that way, power to you. Not my scene. So what we'll be doing another puzzle-esque sort of game. It's called Strange Horticulture. That's the game we'll be moving on to. It's a more recent game than some of the retro stuff we have been playing on Tuesdays, but it's still a problem-solving thing. So I was having a look at the trophies yesterday for it, and there are 77 plants that have to be identified, and then there's a heap of missions and quests and places to go and see and do and collect plants, and so that should be fun. Don't know how long that's going to take. We're going to take that. Once we're done, I'm using that as a tweenie game, because as I understand it, that's not quite as serious as some of the stuff we've been playing lately. So going to use that as a 20. I never know, might turn out to be a series. But once we're done with that, we'll be moving on to Portal 1. And again, another retro game that I have not played. So that's what's on the plan for Tuesday. We'll be moving to Strange Horticulture, then on to Portal 1. We'll see how I go with that. I'm not going to promise we're going to immediately move to Portal 2. We may, but that is definitely on the cards. I'm not exactly sure when. We may have another tweenie game, such as The Room 2. We might do that one as a tweenie game. We'll see. Last night on Warframe, I did not have a fun time. It was not a fun time. So Rach, how we got past the 2-headed gate guard, Hades guard, was we got a spell that makes you look like the person you're casting it on. So it made us look like Karen. So then we moved up there. The monster moved to the side, and we got our time clock out, punched out a ticket, and that opened the gates, and that let us in into the gates of Hades. That's how we got in there. So you was Kevin at the vet. Yes. So that's how we got that. So anyway, wasn't having a lot of fun in Warframe last night. It was a bit grumpy. That's why if you're looking for the VOD, you won't find it. Because I was just, I did not like that stream, so I got rid of it. So next Wednesday, assuming nothing immediate comes up in Warframe, we are going to be doing a bit of Minecraft. So we're going to change our Wednesday night to Minecraft. We'll go back to Warframe as things appear, like new Warframes, new weapons, things like that. We will go back to Warframe for that. But I'm just getting a little frustrated with the grind of it. So I'm going to put it down as a stream for a little while, and we're going to go do something else, which will be Minecraft. So yeah. We'll be doing that on Wednesdays. So that's where we're going with Wednesday streams. As always, if you have comments or there's a game you'd like to see or something you would like you don't like, something you don't like, join us on Discord. You are more than welcome to have your say. Everything will be considered. Games-wise, couple of things. I'm not a fan of MMOs or PvP. MMO co-op, I'm fine with. If there's no PvP in it, that's fine. MMO is fine. But if it's MMO PvP, I'm not going to be playing that. Nothing worse than Elite 4 training grind. And also, that goes for recipes too. If you have a recipe that you would really like to see me try out on stream, send it through on the Discord, and I will absolutely try my best to give that a go. Because we're just, let's go. More recipes. One of the people I play D&D with is meant to be sending me some recipes, so that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I am trying. No, I'm just trying. I'm trying to get more recipes up into Ulrich's cookbook, so keep an eye out for that. And we are bringing out more streams every Monday to Friday at 6 p.m. Adelaide time. We are bringing out more streams on YouTube, so go check that out. If you haven't subscribed there, if you could, that would be awesome. Subscriptions there are free. If you're not following here, hit the follow. They're free. Subscriptions cost you, but I know money's tight for just about everybody right now. So, yeah. They're nice. But who can afford all those subscriptions? For those who do subscribe, thank you so much. You are awesome. You are the people that literally keep this channel going. Because the games, all the money that I get from this funnels straight back into the stream. The occasional ingredient, but mostly more games to play. If I'm really, 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 really broke, but I'm really enthused about cooking, yeah, occasionally the stream has paid for some ingredients so that we could do the cooking. So that's always nice. So for those who do subscribe, thank you very, very much. For those who follow, you are awesome. For those who just watch along, thanks for watching along. All these little things, right? So much you can do in the channel, in the group that's free. Come along, come and do it. We appreciate you as much as you can handle. So, if it's just watching along, that's fine. That's awesome. It's just awesome that you're watching along. So, what we might do is let's go see who's on doing what. Channel. Who's out there doing what? And see if we can get a raid going, maybe. Toast is playing Sea of Thieves. Let's see what Toast is up to. How long's he been going? Oh, wow. Okay. He's got those warnings up. Right, so he's been going for 2 hours. We can raid Toast. That'll be fine. So let's raid Toast. So, here we go. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. That was a stream. See me in the morning. Yay! So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for hanging out. We're going to go raid Toast. Give him some love. He is a fun streamer to watch. And if you haven't already, throw him a follow. Follows are free. And they mean a lot to the community, as we've just talked about. So we're going to raid. Now, I've got to make sure I spell this right. ADHD underscore toaster. Right. TOAC. Nope. I've got an extra E in there. Don't ask me how I got a TOASTER. Yes. Okay, so we're going to go rate toast. Going to turn the music off. There we go. Yay! Gremlins. There's gremlins everywhere. Alright, so let's do that. Channel is intended for mature audiences. Look out. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being you. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If we don't, we'll see you when we see you. And until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Don't forget to check the description for any links I may have left there. If you like the video, please press like or subscribe to my channel. Next video in the series is up here. Until then, stay safe, have fun.